The key felt heavy in Maya's hand, a small, cold piece of metal unlocking a lifetime she never knew. Her distant Aunt Evelyn had left her this, an isolated house, far from city lights. Dust motes danced in the last rays of sunlight, filtering through grimy windows as she stepped inside. The air was thick with the scent of aged wood and forgotten memories. It was vast, quiet, and imposing. Yet, for a moment, Maya felt a peculiar sense of peace. A fresh start, she told herself, a sanctuary from the relentless world. But as the door creaked shut behind her, the silence felt less like peace and more like a breath held. Days turned into a week, each one bringing a new layer of dust to displace, a new corner to explore. But the quiet began to shift. It started subtly, a faint whisper, barely audible, like a sigh carried on a non-existent breeze. Then came the shadows, quick flickers at the edge of her vision, vanishing the moment she turned. She rationalized them, blaming old pipes, settling wood, her imagination stretched thin by solitude. Yet one evening, she watched a heavy velvet curtain sway inward, though the window was firmly shut. Her breath hitched. The house wasn't just old, it felt observed. The whispers grew clearer, sometimes sounding like a faded melody, sometimes like a fractured conversation. Objects began to move. A teacup found on the kitchen counter instead of the drying rack. A heavy book from the shelf, now lying open on the floor. One morning, she found the old gramophone in the study, its lid ajar, the needle resting, as if it had just finished playing. There was no record, no power, nothing to explain it. Her heart hammered. This wasn't her imagination anymore. The house was playing a game, and Maya was unknowingly trapped in its unsettling rules. Sleep became a luxury. Every creak, every groan of the old house was amplified in the oppressive silence. She felt an undeniable presence, a constant, unseen gaze upon her. In the long, dim hallways, lined with ancestral portraits, she swore the eyes followed her, judging, observing. Her isolation became suffocating, turning the sanctuary into a cage. The house, once a quiet retreat, now pulsed with an invisible life, its intentions unknown, its presence relentless. Maya knew she had to find out what it was, or risk losing her own mind to its eerie game. Driven by a desperate need for answers, Maya followed a faint, flickering light and the distant murmur of voices. It led her to a hidden crawl space behind a loose panel, then up a narrow, forgotten staircase to a cluttered attic. There, amidst antique furniture and forgotten boxes, an old film projector whirred softly. A thin beam of light cut through the dusty air, projecting a faint, hazy image onto a distant wall. Her heart pounded, not from fear of a ghost, but from the unsettling reality of what she was witnessing. This wasn't supernatural. It was mechanical, decaying, and utterly baffling. The projection flickered, revealing her aunt, Evelyn, in moments of quiet joy, thoughtful reflection, and even sorrow. The whispers were her voice, recorded and replayed by motion, sensors, and old-timers, a meticulously crafted illusion. Evelyn hadn't wanted her presence forgotten. She'd created a living memory, a spectral echo of her life, for anyone who might stumble upon it. Maya stood, transfixed. The house wasn't haunted by a ghost. It was haunted by memory, by a deliberate design to combat loneliness. The quiet returned, but it was a new kind of quiet, filled with the presence of a past that now felt profoundly, unsettlingly close. Maya was no longer alone. She was a witness to a life refusing to fade,